But anyhow, our first guest this evening is a respected senior nutrition scientist. We're honoured and delighted that she's with us again, and this time here to tell us about the fabulous work that the British Nutrition Foundation has done to aid the Muslim community this Ramadan, and to provide us with some top tips on how to keep healthy, especially in what is expected to be a very hot week ahead, at least here in the UK. It is, of course, Bridget Benelam. Bridget, assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Live the Life. Thank you for coming back. We loved it when you came last time.
Our pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I can't believe, of course, it was April, I think it was, last time you were here.
Yes, it doesn't seem so long ago, does it? It's gone really quickly.
It's flown by. Of course, we are now in Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem, of course, to you.
Thank you.
What top tips are the British Nutrition Foundation providing, and what steps can we be taking in your eyes as a senior nutritionist scientist?
Well, of course, as you said, it's one of the longest fasts we've ever had. I think it's the longest it can possibly be in the year. So it does make it all the more important to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, and to make sure you're eating and drinking the right things. So, you know, we've got fasts of over 18 hours, and inevitably we're all going to get dehydrated and experience symptoms like headaches, for example. So it does make it really important that you get the right foods and drinks for your iftar and for your suhoor. So there are certain things that are really key at each meal. So when it comes to iftar, of course you are thirsty, you're dehydrated, and you haven't eaten for a long period of time, so your body's essentially running on empty. Now your body does have energy stores. We've got, of course, fat that we can use to burn, to provide calories and energy during the day when we haven't eaten any food. We also have some stores of carbohydrate, which we store in our liver and our muscles, but that store does run out during the day. So what we need is energy and fluids to rehydrate. Now, of course, we don't have any stores of water. Our body has nowhere to store water. And so we are losing water all the time. We're losing water, obviously, when we go to the toilet, but also when we breathe, when we talk, we're losing water through our skin all the time, all day. So some level of dehydration is inevitable. So we need to make sure we're drinking the right things. And it's interesting because actually some of the most traditional things are really some of the healthiest things too. Oh, really? So I believe in many countries it's traditional to break your fast with dates, because the Prophet, peace be upon him, used to break his fast with dates. And they're a great food to break your fast with because they contain plenty of natural sugars. They will boost your energy, so you'll probably, even just after such a long fast, even just a tiny bit of food, you'll notice immediately a big difference in how you feel.
So we're not going nuts if you feel like you've suddenly become energised, or, you know, because you're right, when you, especially in these long fasts, when it comes to iftar, I've often felt like, you kind of suddenly get picked up. It's not psychological, that is real. Yeah,
that is real, absolutely. So, I mean, obviously we know that you have that feeling as soon as that you taste the sweetness of the food and you have the sweetness of the water, and you know that your body is not actually getting the glucose and sugars into your blood that quickly, but your brain knows the sugar's coming, and that it makes you feel better straight away.
I didn't realise that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now, what we love about the British Nutrition Foundation, that's why we're so happy you're here, is because, if I may say so, you always give a very balanced, obviously, overview and opinion and insight, and a very realistic one, if I may say. So, realistically, what are the no-go foods, in your opinion, that would counteract in that process, or perhaps would make somebody more tired, or won't help them have, you know, what releases energy? What kind of foods will help release their energy beyond suhoor into later hours of the day?
Well, what you really want to avoid for suhoor is salty foods, because salt stimulates your thirst. Now, when it's iftar, that's not such a problem, because you can have a little bit of salt that will stimulate you to drink, and that's fine. You can quench your thirst. What you really don't want is salt stimulating your thirst, and then, of course, you've got 18 hours when you can't drink. So salt is a definite no-no for suhoor. What you really want are foods that are going to keep you going for as long as possible. Now, of course, there's no food that can keep you going for 18 hours, but the longer the better. And in particular, carbohydrates, starchy foods, oats in particular have been shown to be very good for keeping you going. So you could have those as porridge, you could have them as muesli, you could have them mixed with yogurt, anyway, however you enjoy to have them. High fibre is also great, because that takes longer for your body to digest, and so it takes longer, therefore, for the energy to get into your blood. So anything like, so for example, a high fibre breakfast cereal, but of course different cultures prefer different things, and some people, so in Britain we're very much certain foods are for breakfast and they're not for dinner and they're not for anything else.
You say breakfast, I'm smiling to myself because I'm hearing in my ear somebody celebrating the fact that they're having porridge, obviously. So porridge would be a good option for Seri then, yeah?
It's a great option, but it's not the only option, of course. So you could try other cereals, you could have rice, pasta. So my husband is from North Africa. Traditional food from there would be to have couscous mixed with buttermilk and raisins. So you can try anything, but going for those starchy foods, those are the ones that can really help keep your blood sugar levels up for as long as possible. And of course, plenty of fluids.
Fantastic. Well, I understand you guys have done a lot of work. It's available online, right? So we'll be coming back to you a little bit later to find out how we can, of course, get hold of that. Thank you so much, Bridget. Do stay with us.